Hi there folks, Scott here, and in an interview with Nick Robinson, Theresa May said that she was irritated by speculation on her position as Prime Minister. That's great. Here's the question though, what have you done to actually stop said speculation? I mean, it's hardly a state secret that Boris Johnson desperately wants to be the Prime Minister. And while I understand that when you've got a cabinet that's made up of tribalistic, sociopathic, mildly inbred vultures, it's a delicate balancing act to keep them all facing one way while keeping their talons where you can see them. But when he was in the Foreign Office, Boris created a watertight argument for getting fired. There was a time he recited a colonial era poem in a Burmese temple, or the time that he endangered the safety of a charity worker in Iran. In any normal world, he would have been slapped down so hard that it would have turned him into a vaguely racist piece of chalk art on the pavement. But that didn't happen. You can't complain about the idea of Boris as Prime Minister existing when your complete lack of action is largely responsible for the idea of Boris Johnson as Prime Minister existing. It's like Dr. Robotnik telling people it's Sonic's fault that Sonic the Hedgehog foils all his plans. Newsflash, maybe your robots suck. I mean, what's this thing? What is it? The man can build a space station but somehow can't quite put together a half-decent killer robot. Or if we look at the other side of things, it's like Mario complaining that Princess Peach has been kidnapped again, despite the fact that they never seem to put in a single preventative measure. It's like he's sitting there going, well, I can't believe Bowser's done this again. Really? You're shocked by this behaviour? I mean, kidnapping princesses is what Bowser does. It's practically his entire LinkedIn profile. Look, Theresa, I'm sure you find the idea of Boris as Prime Minister as terrifying as I do, but the fact that people are talking about it is not actually his fault. It's one of the few things that aren't his fault. It's yours. Anyway, those are just my intensely depressing thoughts, but what about yours? Leave them in the comments below. As always, tell all your pals about this video, and I'll see you next week.